craziest thing your mom did to protect you? I was warming up on the court for the state championship when my mom fell from the stands and collapsed. The ambulance took us both to the hospital, and I stayed by her side for hours while my team played without me. When the doctor said all her tests came back normal, my mom admitted she'd faked a heart attack to get me out of the game. When we got home, I went insane, throwing my trophies at the wall and screaming that she'd stolen the most important moment of my life. There were college scouts at that game who would never see me play now. I told her she was a pathetic, jealous person who couldn't stand watching me succeed at something she never could. The neighbors definitely heard me screaming that I'd never forgive her for faking a heart attack just to sabotage my future. Officer Mitchell told me he was going to break your knee during the game, my mom finally said, her hands still shaking on the kitchen counter. Officer Mitchell was the point guard's dad on the opposing team, a local cop who worked security at all their home games and always found reasons to hassle our team's parents in the parking lot. His daughter Claire and I had been rivals since middle school when I took her spot on the travel team, and things got worse when I broke her scoring record last year. My mom showed me a video from her phone taken at the grocery store yesterday, where Mitchell cornered her by the dairy section and said, "Accidents happen in championship games when girls play too aggressive, and it would be real sad if your daughter's basketball career ended tomorrow." I tried calling the police, but Mitchell's partner answered and said I must have misunderstood. My mom continued, pulling up her call history showing 17 attempts to different departments. Mitchell wasn't making empty threats because 3 years ago, a girl from Riverside accused his daughter of deliberately injuring her during playoffs, and that girl's house mysteriously burned down while they were at the hospital getting her ACL surgery. The fire was ruled electrical, but everyone knew Mitchell had been off duty that night, and his cruiser was seen in their neighborhood. Last season, a referee who ejected Claire for a flagrant foul got arrested for possession after Mitchell found substances in his car during a routine traffic stop, except the ref had been sober for 12 years and passed a urine test the next day. 2 years before that, a girl who blocked Claire's shot in regionals got hit by a car in a parking lot with no witnesses, and the driver was never found, even though Mitchell was supposedly investigating the case himself. He told me exactly how he'd do it, my mom said, voice breaking as she described Mitchell's plan to have Claire undercut me. He knew I'd been having issues with that knee since I hyperextended it last month, information we'd kept out of the injury reports. The only way he could have known was from the medical records that cops could access through their system, which meant he'd been planning this for weeks. My mom had tried recording him at the store, but he'd positioned himself perfectly, so the security cameras only showed her looking crazy while he stayed in a blind spot, speaking low enough that her phone only picked up muffled voices. Mitchell had even shown my mom a photo on his phone of me leaving physical therapy last week, proving he'd been following me and documenting my weakness. He said Claire knew exactly which angle to hit to tear the ligaments completely and end my career before it started. My mom called my coach, but Mitchell's brother-in-law was the athletic director who said my mom was being hysterical and threatened to bench me if she kept spreading paranoid rumors about respected law enforcement. I sat there finally understanding my mom had sacrificed my love and trust to protect my future. She showed me texts she'd sent to my dad who was deployed overseas, begging him for advice, but he could only tell her to keep me safe however she had to. We watched my team's loss on social media, 3 points that I could have made up, and I knew everyone would blame me for abandoning them when it mattered most. My mom held me while I sobbed, both of us knowing she'd made the right choice, but that it had cost us everything, including my scholarship prospects, and my relationship with my teammates who were already posting about how I'd betrayed them. "At least you're safe and Mitchell can't hurt you now," she said, but then we heard a knock at the door. We both froze because nobody ever came by this late, and when my mom looked through the window, she went completely pale. She opened the door and Officer Mitchell was standing there in full uniform with papers in his hand. "Evening, ladies. I have a warrant to search the premises for stolen property from the school," he said, stepping inside without waiting for permission. He winked at my mother as he walked past her into our house, and I thought my heart really was going to stop. Full story on the channel below.